First of all, before we start the video, I understand my hair is a mistake. I tried to curl it so I could look nice for the video. Long story short, short hair does not curl well. I'm posting again within a year. I mean, who on earth would go an entire year without posting? I have always been scared of the weirdest things. I've had a good list of stages of fears I've gone through throughout my life, and there are some pretty odd ones on there. So today I'm going to explain to you all of my worst fears. Besides, school and standardized testing. ISAT still gives me the chills. To start things off, to set the scene for when I was little, I've always had a really overactive imagination. When I was little, I remember I had these Dora the Explorer cards or something. I left them on the ground, and the next day when I woke up, they were gone. So I was sure the aliens had taken them. Because where else would my Dora the Explorer cards have gone? The next day, I found them again, so I decided to test my theory, test my hypothesis. So I took the Dora the Explorer cards, put them back on the same spot, and the next day, lo and behold, they were gone. It's the aliens. When I was a little bit older, I hated naps. I refused to take them when I was little. It was like giving in to the enemy. So I would run around the house. On rare occasions, I would collapse and actually fall asleep. One day I remember I collapsed and I fell asleep on the hard, cold ground in our kitchen. And I woke up in my bed. So I was convinced the fairies took me up to my bed that night. Next day, what did I do? Test my hypothesis. I fell asleep intentionally on the cold, hard ground in our kitchen. And guess what? Fairies took me up to my room that night and I woke up in my bed. I continued to do this for probably about 3 days until one day I finally woke up on the ground again and not in my bed, convinced that now the fairies had left me. So this led to when I was about 7 or 8 or so. My sister and me were browsing Netflix, as you do, trying to figure out what we're gonna watch on TV. And we came across Goosebumps. And he's like, awesome, let's watch it. It'll be great. Now my sister, her brain rationalized a lot quicker than mine did. And so she watched it and she loved it because she kept making fun of it in her head the entire time. However, when I watched it with her, I was absolutely terrified. Specifically of the Slappy episode. Also, some monster episode from R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour. I was only scared of the two-parters. All the one-parters were ridiculous and just hilarious, but the two-parters, those were terrifying. So after watching the Slappy episode and the Bloody Mary episode, I was terrified of being alone. I couldn't sleep at night and also refused to be in the bathroom alone for 5 or so years. My sister really paid for that one by showing me those episodes. Yeah, so instead of getting in trouble for showing me those episodes, her punishment was having to stay in the bathroom with me. For 5 years. You can call me a scaredy cat, because that's what I am. During the time when I was still scared of Goosebumps, I was very, very young when this fear came about me. I was scared of stickers. Yes, you heard me. I was scared of stickers. Those little fun tape-like things that you put on your artwork as decorations. This child was scared of those. And I'm not sure why, other than the fact they were just so utterly disgusting to me for some reason. We used to tell people I was scared of adhesive. It was so bad. I distinctly remember being in La Petite, our after-school program at North Point, and one girl knew I was scared of stickers. And she came up to me and went, "Stickers!" I screamed in front of the entire school. Not the entire school, but in front of all the kids there. No one asked me if I was okay, just to show you how great of an after-school program that was. That can be a whole separate video. I have so many horror stories from that. My first grade teacher, one day we were doing a project that involved stickers, so I was very terrified of everything, being smart first graders. So I went up to her and I went, Miss Kerber. Yes? I'm scared of stickers. She laughed at me. And then proceeded to tell the entire first grade class, who, you guessed it, proceeded to laugh at me. As you probably are at home right now. Obviously, I am no longer scared of stickers. I just think they're gross, and I'm really not sure why. Here's how I explain it to people. Imagine like a disgusting, pussy, gross, used Band-Aid. That's how I see stickers. Tape is fine. Clean Band-Aids, those are fine. All other adhesive stuff I find perfectly fine. It's just, for some reason, the thought of stickers is just gross to me. I'm telling you, I had some really weird fears. Another thing you might know about me is I love bunnies. They're so cute. I'm normally not one to be, oh, that's so cute, it's adorable. But bunnies are the exception. They are the most amazing creatures. Where I live, bunnies are everywhere. We used to have a family of bunnies that would live under our porch. So bunnies are always in our yard, like running around and hopping and a lot of that pose. So sometimes I'd chase them and I'd go, oh, bunny, bunny, and I'd try to get close to them. And I'd never like want to pick them up and scoop them up in my arms and go, what a lovely bunny. But I'd get close and I'd kind of just stand there by them. My dad proceeded to ruin this for me. About a wonderful thing called rabies. After learning about rabies, I was completely convinced that any animal I was 100 feet away from had rabies and was going to kill me. You could say that I was a gullible child, and you would indeed be correct. After that, I was terrified of any wild creature, including bunnies, which was the most depressing thing in the universe for me, because imagine finding out your favorite thing in the world was incredibly dangerous. Therefore, I became scared of squirrels, chipmunks, birds, bunnies, and fish. Now we're to current day, and I am no longer terrified of chipmunks, squirrels, or rabbits, or stickers, or Goosebumps. Though I still haven't watched the Goosebumps movie because there's still the voice in the back of my head going, Slappy's gonna get you in your sleep. Then again, I literally collected dolls when I was a kid. I'm just questioning now why I was the one to be scared of a walking, talking doll.